All right, court is calling 2023 CR 3464. State of Texas versus Layla Ray Ann Tanton. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense.
Charles May for the defense, Your Honor, ready.
Are you Ms. Tanton?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Tanton, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Tanton, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams. That's a second degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes,
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on count 2 and they're recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, and an evaluation for felony drug court. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State, any evidence?
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 and the attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, states, you may continue to confirm. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
The tension inside the courtroom was unmistakable the moment the doors opened. The defendant, the same young woman who once cried for mercy and promised change, walked in as if the rules didn't apply to her. Her polished appearance and smug smile showed she still thought she could charm her way out of trouble. But this time, Judge Boyd wasn't the same man she'd faced before. On his desk sat a stack of evidence files several inches thick, each one outlining new crimes: wire fraud, falsified statements, and obstruction of justice. As she took her seat, the murmurs in the courtroom grew louder. Everyone knew this was more than just a sentencing hearing. It was a reckoning. Judge Boyd began by reminding her that the court had shown her extraordinary leniency before, hoping she would rebuild her life. Instead, she had mocked the process, using her freedom to continue breaking the law. Every word from the bench carried a weight that silenced the room.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we would just ask that the court proceed with the deferred adjudication. My client is deeply remorseful of what she's done, her actions, Judge, and she would ask this court to follow the agreement that has been in place, Your Honor.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 21.
21.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
I have a daughter.
How old?
She'll be 4 November 6th.
And where is she?
She's with my mother in Houston.
Is Child Protective Services involved?
No, ma'am, I have full custody, no CPS cases.
Well, did you give up your rights to your mom?
No, I did temporary guardianship. My daughter has.
I'm sorry, could you?
I said, I gave temporary guardianship. My daughter.
All right, everyone, please whisper.
My
Yes.
daughter has juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, so she gets the best medical care over in Houston. My mom works at the hospital, so.
How far did you go in school?
I went all the way into my junior year, and I did cosmetology school and completed all my hours.
Okay. So when's the last time you had employment?
I worked at Golden Chick. I would say it was March. It was March through April.
And what does your mom do at the hospital?
My mom is head coordinator of San Jack Methodist.
And do you have any other siblings?
Yes, I have a brother and a sister. A
All
younger
right.
brother
And
and
what
sister.
does your brother and sister do?
My brother is a barber. He's in barber school, and my sister is going to be graduating high school in about a year and a half.
All right. And who is this Michael Martin to you?
It's my ex-fiance.
What is that ex-fiance since this happened? Before you were arrested, how often were you doing meth?
I wasn't one.
Okay, I find that hard to believe. I don't think you're just doing marijuana. I think there's more to it. And let me just tell you why I say that. I say that because I've read the police report. So I think it's more than marijuana. And I'm going to tell you something right now. One, I'm inclined to go along with this deferred adjudication. If you tell me you don't have a meth problem, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you out into the world. I'm going to make a notation that you said you didn't have a meth problem. And you know what's going to end up happening? If you go out into that world and you're going to be drug tested, and when you're drug tested, you test positive for meth, I'm not going to want to hear that, oh, I have a meth problem, because I'm asking you right now to be honest with me so I can set conditions so that perhaps you can get your life together. Perhaps you can be in your daughter's life, because right now, the only thing you're doing is hanging around with a fiance who has parole violations. Did you know he had a criminal past?
I did, ma'am.
And you still thought, let me get with this guy who has a criminal past. I have a 4-year-old daughter who has medical needs, but eventually, because this guy is my fiance, this is the guy who I think would be great to be in her life. A person who's only doing marijuana doesn't believe that. Someone who's doing meth and other things believes that, because you're just trying to get your next fix. And if Michael Martin has parole and has been to, which if he's on parole, that means that he's been to prison. And if you think somebody who's been to prison with the charges that they have in this police report that he's on parole for, if you think that's a good person to be in your daughter's life, that tells me you're doing more than marijuana. So this is the last time I'm going to ask you, and we can pretend like this is the first time I'm asking you, if that will help you be honest with the court. How often are you using meth?
I stopped using meth. I did that for my daughter because I was going to lose my family.
So when did you start using meth?
Started whenever I got with my fiance.
So why are you before the court pretending like you don't do meth and you've never done meth?
I'm not pretending like I haven't done it. I just
Now you're playing semantics with me, and I don't appreciate that, because I clearly asked you how often you were using meth. I know you're not using meth today because you're in court, and the deputies would not have brought you over with the items to do meth in the box. I asked you how often were you using meth, and you said, I don't use meth. I haven't used meth. That's what you said. And you're playing games with me, and I don't appreciate that. I already knew you used meth because that's in the police report. Nobody is driving around with this much meth in the car unless you're using it or unless you're selling it. And obviously there was an issue with you, because I don't know why people are driving around San Antonio smoking a blunt in the car and you think the police are not going to pull you over. All right. Is there anything else?
No, completely.
This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. We're going to do a TAP evaluation in custody. Follow all recommendations of TAP. If they recommend inpatient treatment, she's going to inpatient treatment. Is felony drug court full?
Your Honor, they are classified admissions. They will be accepting clients, however, they don't have funding yet, so the clients will
When the prosecutor took the floor, the details of her scheme painted a devastating picture. They described how she created fake social media accounts to lure victims, stole financial information, and used multiple aliases to cover her tracks. Video clips showed her bragging about outsmarting the system, laughing about her previous court appearance, even calling Judge Boyd too soft to punish her. Those words echoed like a warning siren across the courtroom. The prosecutor's evidence was ironclad. Digital records, emails, and surveillance confirming she had been running her scam for months. The defense tried to object, but Boyd waved it off. His expression stayed calm but stern. He turned to the defendant and asked if she still believed this was all just a misunderstanding. Her silence said everything. The mask of arrogance began to slip as the reality of her situation settled in this time. She couldn't manipulate her way out.
All right, we'll do a referral to felony drug court. If felony drug court accepts her, she can go there. There's going to be 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to want her in intensive parenting classes. Once she completes that, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be no contact with Michael Martin. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors, and that includes her own child. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. No, I'm sorry, not regular UAs. We're going to do the UA hotline. When you're released, where are you going to be staying? Who are you going to be staying with? Do you have a place to stay?
I have my own house here.
All right. There's going to be field visits one time per month until further notice. Proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And she either needs to get her GED or complete some type of trade so you can get employment where you can take care of yourself and take care of your daughter. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So she needs some sort of trade school or either GED. And what I can tell you, because you have this charge, any occupation that requires a license, you need to let them know about this, because for some, they're not going to give you a certificate or anything because you have this felony. Do you understand? So before you waste money, ask them if that's going to be a problem. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Right. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful on this deferred adjudication?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, State, with regards to this case, there were weapons. One weapon, I think, is stolen. So is there any destruction of the weapon?
I believe those were the co-defendant. The co-defendant was charged with that, judge, but I can confirm.
All right, thank you. So if those are your weapons, they're going to be destroyed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. What is this tattoo on your neck about?
It's dollar sign.
Why do you have a dollar sign on your neck?
I do my own tattoos. Just practice.
But no, why would you put a dollar sign? It has to mean something.
Everybody likes money.
All right, and Vashawn, I forgot on her. We're going to need a MIC evaluation and also also a gang evaluation. What is up with the weapon on your tattooed on your arm?
Did it myself.
And the snake?
I didn't do this one.
All right, what is that about?
My cousin passed away in a car accident that we were both in, and her last name was Rose, so I guess Rose.
All right, and what is the other name underneath your arm?
My daughter.
Okay. All right, yes.
Judge, that she did have a UCW handgun from the same incident date in County Court 9. But she got a JSAT on that, but I can email those prosecutors to.
Destroy the weapon.
Yes.
All right. Now, let me just tell you, your 4-year-old daughter, she can't go out into the world and make her own choices, right? That's why she's living with your mom. She doesn't have employment. She can't take care of herself. And usually children don't make great decisions, especially at that age, because they want what they want. If you give them candy, guess what? They want candy all the time, right? So your 4-year-old is depending on you to make good decisions, your mom to make good decisions, and you're not. I don't know what you were thinking that you would think it would be okay to bring a fiance in your daughter's life who's been to prison, obviously is not rehabilitated because you all are driving around smoking blunts in a car and he has a parole warrant. You need to either make a decision that you're going to be a good influence and a good parent to your 4-year-old, or either 100% get out of her life. Do you understand? Yes.
Your Honor, I just want to confirm if she resides here in Bear County or.
Oh, she's going to be here in Bear County. She will not be in Houston. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, we're going to call 2023 CR 3464, State of Texas versus Layla Ray Ann Tanton. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Lauren Lupton, Stanton.
And are you Miss Tanton?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and are we proceeding on the motion?
We
Yes,
are,
ma'am.
yes.
All right, Ms. Tanton, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Layla Ray Ann Tanton who was placed on deferred adjudication for the offense of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams, on October 2nd, 2023, and cause number 2023 CR 3464?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 1, on or about the 11th day of March 2024 in Durham County, Texas. Defendant Layla Ray Ann Tanton committed the assault in violation condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, and the state is taking into consideration cause number 729646, which is the assault that she pled true to.
I'm sorry, 7296.
729646.
All right.
And we're taking that into consideration, but continue her on her deferred, so deny the motion and alter and amend for conditions of DDRF, followed by mixed supervision, and wait for placement in jail, and amend for.
The defense attorney attempted to humanize her, describing her as a confused young woman who fell into the wrong crowd. He argued that her actions were a result of poor influences, not malice. But Judge Boyd wasn't persuaded. He leaned forward, recalling every opportunity she'd been given. Counseling, probation, community programs, and mentorship, all wasted. "I told you the last time," he said slowly, "that the law forgives, but it does not forget." The judge replayed footage from her last sentencing, where she cried, promising to do better. Seeing her once again in his courtroom, facing worse charges, only confirmed what he already suspected. She never intended to change. The courtroom listened in heavy silence as Boyd explained that entitlement and arrogance had led her down this path, and that her disregard for the law had reached a breaking point.
Anger management. That's the recommendations by probation officer.
All right, is that the proposed
That
agreement?
is, I would like to make the court aware of kind of the timeline of events that we've been through today. So Ms. Tanton was originally in custody since August of 23 until her plea in October of 23.
Mhm.
That was where the court ordered she be evaluated for felony drug court originally.
Mhm.
So she had the felony drug court evaluation, was not accepted into that because of the mental health issues that
Mhm.
she had been diagnosed with prior to even being in this court. Then it was recommended or suggested that she do SATF, I think, or SAFE. And then because of the mental health issues was told, no, that's not the right choice. And then in January of this year, she was evaluated for DDRF. There, for some reason February of this year was evaluated for January. And then the results came in February of this year. But for some reason, the ball kind of got dropped where even though she got approved for DDRF in February, she never got on the wait list to go get a bed at DDRF. So this assault did happen while in custody at the Bear County Jail. She has not really been given an opportunity. So we are in agreement that she go to DDRF, but given the kind of delay, she's not in line technically right now for DDRF. We would ask that the court expedite her in getting a bed at DDRF, given how long she's been a guest at Bear County.
All right, this is what the court will do. Court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include the MIC evaluation and DDRF while in custody, anger management, and you to remain in custody until transfer. And then what I will do is, Norma, we're off the record. Can you give us a phantom date? And I have to do what's called a phantom date. Otherwise, if it shows that you have a court date in the system, what will end up happening, if they were going to take you, they won't because you have a court date. So we'll be back here in 60 days just to see where she is on the list.
Your Honor, right now the current wait time is anywhere from 3 to 13 weeks for DDRF. I just want to make the court aware that although we'll bring her back for a status update, they don't necessarily give us where they are on the list any longer. So
All right,
we can still bring her back, but
we're going to bring you back. We're going to find out something.
Okay.
Or I may come up with something else if it appears that it's going to be too long.
I appreciate it.
Okay. I'm thinking. All right, Ms. Ferguson, 60 days.
And then the only other request, I don't know if we want to go back on the record, is I think in the original terms, she was going to reside in Medina, Texas. However, her mother, and it would be a better environment if she could move to Harris County, Baytown, Texas, upon completion of the DDR.
Well, let's
If I'm
approach
getting
that. No, yeah, let's approach that after we figure out this. What
Okay.
date, Ms. Ferguson?
June 17th.
All right, so we'll be back on June 17th. And if you check at the jail, it's not going to show up in the system,
Yes,
but we know that's the date and you'll be brought back. And this attorney will be here to make sure everything goes smoothly, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Just haven't seen him.
Hi, Judge.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good. This is a status check, so I haven't spoken with the DAs about this, because Ms. Stanton's been on probation, and I've been speaking with Sean about it, but she was placed on probation, was kept in custody to go to DDRS.
Yes.
Significant time passed. Unfortunately, she did pick up a misdemeanor case, which then kicked her out of line. We came back to court. We resolved all of that in April. And got her back in line for DDRF, and here we are in June. And she has not left yet for DDRF. As of yesterday, she is 6th in line for a bed, but given she's been in custody, I want to say at least 9 months at this point, maybe longer, waiting for a bed. And so I didn't know if the court would consider amending not to require her to go to DDF. She has a place to live with her mother out of county, which the court has, I think, already approved. But she spent a lot of time in custody for a probation case, you know.
All right, so part of the reasons why you had extra time waiting for DDRF, that's 100% on you because you picked up a new charge. You understand that?
Yes.
All right, so probation, where are we on DDRF?
Judge, the report that was sent to me is she is 6th in line. They do not give us a timeline on when it's going to happen. I can tell you on the
6th or 7th of June, she was
She was
10th in
10th in
line.
line.
So four
So
people have left.
4 people have left
Yeah.
since then. So I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks, she would be already placed.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to recall this in 2 weeks.
Okay.
In 2 weeks, if she's not transferred to DDRF as a backup, is her mom here in Bear County or no?
Her mom is not. I want to say near Houston. Yeah.
All right,
Houston.
so just in case DDRF hasn't picked her up I would like to have her mom by Zoom.
But we can definitely do that.
And then we'll see if her mother understands what the issues are and whether that would be a good placement or not.
Of course, yes. That sounds good.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this in 2 weeks, please? All right, so what we're gonna do, this is the plan. We're gonna come back on July 1st. If you're already in DDRF, you won't be here. You'll be in DDRF. But
Judge,
yes,
oh, I'm so sorry.
yes,
Can we do July 2nd instead?
oh, sure.
Thank you.
All right, so here's the plan, a new plan. We're gonna come back on July 2nd. If you've been transferred to DDRF, you won't be here. You'll be at DDRF. If you have not been transferred to DDRF, then your mom will be here by Zoom as a backup, because I don't like to put people in environments that may not be conducive to them being successful on probation. And the court's main concern is mental health.
Right.
All right. So that's where we are.
Perfect.
Anything else we need?
Not today, Your Honor.
All
Thank you
right.
for your time.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. All right. So where are we on this case?
As of yesterday, Vishon told me she is fifth on the list. So this is the client that was sent to DTM just, and I think 2 weeks ago or so when we came in, she was 10th on the list. Now she's in fifth. She has been in custody since August. Part of it is, of course, that she did get an MTR and accepts responsibility, but
All right. She looks exactly like her mom.
they
Or should
do.
I say her mom looks?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the reason why
That's a good thing.
They look, they could be sisters.
They do. If somebody would say, are these two people related? I would say, yes, they are.
Exactly. And so her mom's in Baytown. She would like Layla, rather than continue to wait for a bed and go through DDRF, she would.
Everyone, please whisper. We're on the record, sort of.
Sorry. So she has a place for Layla to live. She's already reached out to a mental health psychiatrist in
All right, so
Baytown.
we're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 3464, State of Texas versus Layla Tanton for defense.
Lauren Lefton.
All right. And are you Miss Tanton?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is a case where the defendant had entered a plea of true to a violation of condition number 1 on April 16th. There was an agreement that was reached with the state, which the court followed, which was to deny and alternate amend conditions to a MIC evaluation and DDRF and anger management. And it's the court's understanding that she was accepted to DDRF. However, there's a wait time for DDRF. And in April, the court asked that it be expedited. And counsel, I understand that you say that she's been in custody for a while, but part of that was because of the new number 1 and the motion to revoke.
Yes, but she had actually been ordered to DDRF prior to the motion to revoke and had kind of gone through the process prior to the MTR. And I think had maybe just been put on the official waiting list, like completed the evaluations and approval process. But she has been in custody since August of 23, kind of going through this process. And she did complete the anger management while in custody since the last court date. She does have the certificate of completion.
Okay. All right, probation.
Yes, sir.
With regards to this case, the reason why it was brought back is because she said that she could stay with her mom, but children always assume they can do things just because it's mom and mom is going to say yes. So I ordered the defense and to have the mom present so I could ask her whether or not she could stay and whether or not there were arrangements that are going to be made to address her mental health issues. So with regards to the DDRF, she's 5th on the list.
That is what according to yesterday.
And we don't know how long that means. All right. Is there any concern with her being violent or anything of that nature?
Your Honor, the concerns for violence in regards to incident that happened in the jail where the number 1 was issue. That's the only concern that we have.
Before announcing his ruling, Judge Boyd gave her one final opportunity to speak. For a moment, the bravado was gone. Her hands trembled as she tried to explain herself, saying she didn't mean for things to go this far. She claimed she was scared, manipulated, and that she never wanted to hurt anyone. But her words felt empty against a mountain of evidence. Boyd paused for a long moment, then told her something she would never forget. Every person in this courtroom has had struggles, he said, but not everyone turns struggle into deception. You had every resource, every second chance, and you threw them away. Her family sat behind her in silence, their expressions heavy with regret. The judge's tone softened slightly, but the decision was already made. You've mistaken mercy for weakness, he said quietly, and that mistake will cost you dearly.
Have not been able to supervise Ms. Stanton to give you further.
All right. Do you have any witnesses?
If the court would like, I could ask some questions of Ms. Diaz, who's on Zoom.
All right. Are you Crystal Diaz?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand. Any objections to her appearing by Zoom?
No, Your Honor.
All right. If you'll state your name for the record.
Crystal Diaz.
All right. Defense.
Crystal, what is your relationship to Layla?
Mother.
Okay, and are you wanting her to reside with you in your home rather than attend the DDRF program at this time?
At this time, yes.
And what support can you provide her to be successful in your home?
I have health insurance on her, and I have a vehicle, so I can make sure that she continues her practice with psychiatry. I know that she's been taking medication, or she was taking medication. I don't know if she still is. So she'll need to continue those meds. And so I am able to get her into a physician because I do have her on my medical insurance.
And do you have a name of a psychiatrist she could see to provide to the court?
Yes, it is a Rudy Lozano Carry-On.
Okay, and how long has Layla been getting psychiatric services in Baytown?
Since she was in 3rd grade.
Okay. And do you believe that the time Layla has spent in custody has helped change the direction she's been going on in terms of her choices?
Honestly, all I can say is I hope.
And
You
do you
know,
think,
I hope so.
but you're ready to support her to be successful on probation if
I
released?
will support her as long as she is doing what she's supposed to be doing.
Okay, so you're going to hold her accountable.
Yes, absolutely. I've always have. So that's a lot of the reason why she has been in and out of my home. I will hold her accountable, and unfortunately, she knows if she does not change and does not stick with the plan, she will not be in my home.
Do you feel that she's ready to stick with the plan at this time?
I am really praying that she is, and she's told me that she is, and all I can do is give her this chance. But she knows that she's become a young adult, and my chances with her are wearing thin. But I want to give her an opportunity to definitely, give it a shot, as long as she's willing to, attend the medical appointments, get a job and do good, make smart choices with friends. And then, I'm going to do whatever I can to support her.
Thank you. No further questions, Cheryl.
All right. I just have a few. So you said the psychiatrist that she's seeing is Dr. Rudy Lozano Carrion?
That is the psychiatrist. So the doctor that she has seen since she was a child, Mohammed Ahmed, is not taking our insurance. So I had to find a new physician. It would have been ideal to stick with Dr. Ahmed because they do have a really good relationship. He's been very supportive of Layla. Layla was in a very bad car accident at the age of 16, and he was right there supporting her through that with the trauma that she experienced from that. So, but unfortunately, she will have to see a new physician, and this is the physician that my insurance has recommended to me.
All right. And do you already have an appointment scheduled for her if she's released to stay with you?
I have not scheduled her an appointment yet because she is an adult. She has to call, especially with psychiatry services. She has to call and initiate that herself. She has to be the willing participant as the adult saying, I'm a new patient. I need this treatment. Here's my history. She has to give that information herself. But as she comes into my home, I'm going to make sure that is done immediately. So that is how I guess I'm going to help facilitate that. But they want her to make that initial phone call.
All right. And do you have any fear for your safety if she were allowed to stay with you?
No.
Okay.
I know that she can, you're talking about anger management, and yes, she is angry, but she's not a violent person. I mean, she's been in an environment that is violent itself. So it's, that's kind of the survival mode. I think she also feels that, she a lot of times it's, from my understanding, for her to defend herself.
Mhm. All right. And is there a place for her to have outpatient treatment as it relates to any type of drug addictions?
I know that there's like an A, and I'm sure that the physician, once we get there, there'll be recommendations that he can give us as far as outpatient. But I know that there are like Alcohol Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous as well, and in the area.
All right. So, and do you have a landline phone?
No, ma'am.
All right. Because GPS is going to be one of the best things. And I think GPS still only does landline.
I thought they didn't. I thought they could do it without a link.
All right. If you all will check into that, and I'm going to order GPS until she has some treatment sessions with the psychiatrist under her belt. Yes.
Is that going to be reward for these? Like these are one or two yes, outside.
Which do you think is best?
Judge, depending on when you're going to.
When Judge Boyd finally delivered his decision, the courtroom fell completely still. His voice was firm, deliberate, and unshaken. "This court has exhausted its patience," he said. "You were given more leniency than most ever receive, but you used that grace to commit even greater crimes. Therefore, you will now face the full measure of justice." He handed down a severe sentence, up to 20 years, citing her repeated deceit, lack of remorse, and blatant disrespect for the system that once gave her freedom. The defendant froze, unable to process what she just heard. Her confident posture collapsed as deputies stepped forward. As she was led away, Judge Boyd closed her file, his tone unwavering. "Justice," he said, "is not cruelty. It is consequence." The sound of his gavel echoed across the room, marking the end of her long string of chances, and the beginning of a sentence she could no longer escape.